Good morning, everyone. It's Kinninigan. I hope I didn't scare you with the screenshot from Star Wars Outlaws, the new video game. I just made a video about it yesterday. It's all over the internet, but I'm always 5 steps ahead of most people, especially when it comes to decoding the occult. And in my journey, I realized I've had to listen to a lot of people that give you half truths and half lies because for many years, and I can speak with this on authority because I am one of the few independent researchers out there. I am not in a secret society. I am not paid by George Soros, Media Matters, or all the other scumbag leftist organizations out there, which is why money becomes so important to them because it's the only way they have power. Because, you know, who would listen to George Soros if he had no money? Nobody. But a lot of people with this agenda, the uglification of women in video games. Well, they think that there's some people are actually catching on to what this agenda is actually about, and I've been telling people that this agenda is for people helping them push this agenda. Liberals, you're being used because you won't be around when the new world order is created. And there is one aspect to this. This is where now I I had to go to a Slavic YouTube equivalent to find this video I am about to show you because it is the source of where I got this information from, and that's Bill Schnoebelen. Now he has some major red flags. He claims to be an ex high level black magician and sorcerer who amazingly defected from the Illuminati and is out giving lectures because when the all right in the early I'd say mid to late 2000s, right around when YouTube was created, with the explosion of the internet, they obviously tried to control the information. We've seen a lot of people coming out, and then these people kind of disappeared, but they were given half truths and half lies. But one thing that he said in his lecture was the importance of the dualistic meaning of the Masonic sun symbol, because the sun with the rays coming out is also indicative of a human anus, specifically one of a small boy. So some people are getting this agenda. No, these aren't ugly women. Here's a comment right down here. Their characters look like young boys in makeup. Oh, you got that. You hit the nail on the head. And so I don't I don't even know what this is Yandex videos. I don't know how. I guess they have their own video host. I don't know, but I found this. I had to come to this website because DuckDuckGo, every search engine in the West, just like every media company in the West, is being compromised. And sadly, the only place where I could look up real occult information and get the answers I'm looking for, I proved it the other day with Star Wars. You can't even find Luke Skywalker in a Google search anymore. Was here. Now, this was the video. I had seen this first time, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago when I first started researching this stuff. But there's some red flags with him. One, he claims to be a Mormon. Two, he claimed to at one time to have been a vampire. He might not be lying about that, but it's not exactly what you think. The Temple of Set, like I said, there's more dangerous secret societies than the Masons. Oh, and he claims that the Masons showed up at his front door and initiated him on the spot because of his knowledge and whatever. But he did give some half truths in what he was saying. And it has to do with the idea of, you know what the idea of panda is. Sadly, when a small person is, their innocence is taken away, they seem to age faster. They get black bags under their eyes. A piece of them is taken, including a piece of their soul. And there is a very sick occultistic practice to this. Now, I'm not trying to be too disgusting in this, but if you have a little imagination, Lucifer reverses things in the occult. So, to think that that act, which is sodomy, which was an orifice actually designed by God for human waste, could allow you to access in reverse some of the strongest magic potential in the universe. And I'm going to play the video. He's going to talk about this. This is some of the twisted thinking that goes on with these people who follow these reptilians, become possessed by demons themselves. This is the way they think. Like I said, this agenda here has nothing to do, although it's bad enough. We're not talking about Chester the molester, the old Herb the pervert from Family Guy. You remember that? Yeah, the perverted old man who just likes to go watch small boys. That's not the. Yeah, that's a problem, but not on the. I'm talking about satanic ritual abuse, and with satanic ritual abuse, there, there's normally not survivors either. So let's listen to a little bit of this. This is towards like the end of his lecture. If you want to see this lecture, it's an hour and 54 minutes. I'll pin it as the top comment. You might be able to find it on BitChute or something. I don't know, but I'm just call me with. For the time being, Yandex is my go-to search engine now because think about the obvious reasons why it hasn't been subverted. Because and two, I'm immune to propaganda. I don't believe 1 ounce of bullshit they feed me about the Slavic people over there. The way I see it, at the end of the day, you got white people killing white people, and that's exactly what they want right now. So read between the lines on that one. They don't give a shit about Ukrainians or the other people. So anyway, that has to do with the Bolsheviks and the real N words that are over there. So here he's talking about what this practice is actually supposed to do.
Here, a map of the tree of life. Well,
this is the Kabbalah.
In magic, like everything in the occult, has its yin and yang. It's positive and it's negative. It's good and evil. There's always this dynamism. And so therefore, just like there is a tree of life, there is also a tree of evil. This is called the Qlīphot in Hebrew, which translated means harlots.
Harlot.
And you'll notice here that
that's what they call Mother Mary in Babylonian Talmud.
And these Typhonian tunnels are the paths between these 10 evil worlds. Now, if you want a little bit more on this than I have time to get into right now, you can read the book Lucifer Dethroned, because it does go into it. But here is what is ultimately involved. There is a belief that through this sexual perversion, they can access these tunnels into alternate universes, alternate realities. And the goal of this kind of magic is to find your own universe and become the god over that universe. This buys into the modern day physics theory that there's many, many dimensions of reality. Maybe you've read about that. Alternate universes. It shows up in science fiction a lot. And then once you're the god of this universe, you can start sucking the energy out of it. And you can use that energy through this child to live forever and ever and ever. And there are men, I have met several that claim to be hundreds of years old. Now, of course, are they lying their lips off? I frankly think they are. This is a deception. Satan is deceiving these people to draw them into all kinds of profound evil. But the important point is not, does this really work? The important point is, do these people believe it? And sadly, they do. And this broad genre of magic is called, and here's a nice big word for you, Transyuggothian magic. And all that.
Transyuggothian magic. That was the word. Sound familiar? Yeah, the first part of that. Transyuggothian. I gotta figure out how to spell that. If I can. I'm not sure. That's a tricky one. I might be able to look it up. Yeah, so Transyuggothian magic. I can use that in a YouTube video title because no one out there is going to. YouTube staff probably never even heard of that word. That's a that was the word I was looking for. That's why I wanted to come back to this video. I was trying to remember what was that practice called. And did you hear what he said? Now, that same plot was in another TV show I had covered, Torchwood, Children of Earth, with the alien race, the 456, who demanded 10% of the world's children because they use them. They keep them alive and basically use them as a drug to freebase off of, and that was shown in the TV show. It was the 456 was the alien species, and it was called Children of Earth. And as you heard him just say, they believe that they can extend their lives by pulling the energy. Now, I'm trying not to go into too much detail about that part, but you get the idea. And what he said, the most important thing, doesn't care if you believe it, they believe it. Because when you become demonically possessed, you lose your free will or the ability to even to think properly. Look at the mind control in TDS. That's real. That's right in front of your face. I mean, these people are in denial about, yeah. So it wouldn't be that hard to imagine that some people actually believe this sick shit, and they do. And what he said there is what the Alpha Draconians, the real reptilians, actually do. It's loss feeding, pulling energy, negative energy specifically, and they thrive off it. And it's about defying God. How do you better defy God than becoming a God yourself within your own universe? And that's what's taught in these occult things. You will become a God in your own universe. And the Transyuggothian Magick. It's an important. I gotta look up how to spell that. I'm not gonna lie, because that might be a word that's gonna find its way into my book if you could read between the lines. Yeah. What's my source on that? Bill Schnoebelen, ex-vampire. Yeah. Look, this is a guy I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, but he has. They have to give you half truths and half lies. That's how it works. So you just got to be able to fish out the half truths. That everything he just said there is true, and that is something that you won't find out in these secret societies until you are so far up the ladder you're not going to be able to get out. Now, so yeah, some people are figuring it out, and when they figure out that part of the what's really going on here, like I said, this is the actress in Star Wars Outlaws. This has been going on in a lot of AAA games, and the gameplay sucks because and it's not even about making them. Yeah, people hit the nail on the head with that one. Looks like a boy with makeup on. So, what is this? Yeah, I try to keep a sense of humor about this because yeah, it's easy to go down this rabbit hole and get very depressed when you find out really what's going on here. But as with most evil things, people sense that something is not right here. And I guarantee you that none of these activists in these DEI firms, hey, I can't spell it either. Like I was going to say, they can't spell Transyuggothian magic. They wouldn't even know what it is. They don't even know what this agenda is about. And they're in denial that they will be thrown right to the side with the rest of us when they're no longer needed. Hence the word useless idiot. So, but people are starting to catch on, like, really, what's going on here. And once that gets out, it's going to be a win for us because they can't. All the name calling and istophobe name calling on Twitter isn't going to help them when they find out what this secretly was trying to promote the whole time, because no one likes those kind of people. And then other things are going to start to click in people's heads finally. Oh, that's why they opened up the border. Oh, foreign children don't have birth certificates. There is no Amber Alert for a an immigrant kid that goes missing. No one even knows they exist. And yeah, they are, that is going on at the border. It's been talked. People finally admitting to that the cartels are selling children, which I wouldn't be surprised to even find out because if you know anything about them, I'm not going to make too many videos. They're not people you want to make videos about. There's been quite a few YouTubers in Mexico that have strangely gone missing because they criticized local. Yeah, think about that one. I'm not even because they're openly Luciferian. I believe the god they worship is San Muerta. She's the god of death, the skeleton. And if you didn't know, South American is very heavily Catholic, so they don't get along with Luciferians in the first place. But I guess if you're involved in that lifestyle, you need to be a Luciferian because your only goal in life is to sell drugs for the CIA and get rich, which is never going to lead you to happiness, obviously. Um, but yeah, that's what this agenda is about. And I just showed you what this is about from an occultic standpoint. So he kind of gives you that information at the end of the lecture. I skipped the part where he talks specifically about who they do it to because I think you figured it out by now. Yes, right between. But he said it there, stealing energy and being able to open up a interdimensional portal. If this were true, every gay guy out there would be a powerful sorcerer now, wouldn't they? Just saying. doesn't seem, doesn't seem to be the case, or not why they. But yeah, there's very something very demonic to this, and it isn't just practiced to. A lot of people thought this was just used to blackmail people and shit like that. Where they're just straight up pervert. No, there's a very sinister occult aspect to this. So this is some of the information. Like I said, I'll try to stay ahead of the herd because I can only give so much information. A lot of the stuff that I talk about now, if I would have talked about 5, 10 years ago, people would say I'm insane. Oh no, that's not true. I said, yeah, give it about a year. I won't be a conspiracy theorist anymore. Yeah, but because you know how many times people come back to my videos and go, "Kitty, you were right. You were talking about this 5 years ago." Yeah, I was. Anyway, thanks to everyone who supported the channel. I just wanted to share this, get this off my chest. This is not easy stuff to share. And amazingly, I'll tell you what, Yandex, it's a shame that I have to come because Google is I despise. They have bought out every search engine out there, or anyone who tries to compete with them. That's what happened to DuckDuckGo. God forbid anyone go against. Yeah, except obviously you can figure out why Yandex hasn't been compromised. Obviously, yeah. I don't know. Might have to open a new YouTube channel over here because I don't think they would censor my videos. Just saying. Who knows? This is like my new YouTube. This is you could tell this is a very you know what's amazing? Like look at this. I come up to I can't read Russian obviously, but it kind of looks like you're getting similar results to videos you watch. It's not like YouTube. When I'm on YouTube, I could be watching a video about Bigfoot and I turn autoplay off because like the next video up in my feed will be some video from MSNBC or Fox. I'm like, what the like, or some other promoted mainstream garbage that they want to. Oh, and I'm glad I haven't turned AdSense on my videos because guess what is going around? I saw some comments on YouTube today that somebody saw a Star Wars Outlaws ad on their video And it was actually one of these videos I was watching about Star Wars Outlaws. They said, "Hey, we just watched your video, and there was a commercial for Star Wars Outlaws on it." No, you're not promoting that shit on my videos, especially when I just told you what they're really trying to promote there. No way. Like I said, this is why I'm not turning my AdSense on. I don't trust what they would even put in the commercials. But yeah. Uh huh. This is why YouTube is bleeding money and sending people like me emails every day reminding us to turn our ad. Now, and this is only for the ad revenue. I don't know why they're bugging me because I have super thanks enabled. In fact, we got to go thank one right now. I got one. I do have super thanks on my video. There we go. Right there. Thanks, Chili Angel. Thanks. Yeah, welcome. It adds up. So, yeah, I do have the super thanks and super chat enabled. But they keep bugging me to turn my AdSense on, which I'm not doing. Oh, by the way, I am the only YouTube channel out there, as far as I know, who does heart every comment on every single video. I've been a little behind, but I will catch up. You might notice that, you might be sitting there and see I hearted one of your comments from 2 weeks ago, because sometimes I miss them. Oh, here goes another one. From Ben Hutchins, also. See that adds up? Thanks. I just said welcome. Thank you. And another one. So yeah, this is why this this adds up. So it's really cool. I just wanted to come heart these comments on video because I got a few of them. I got a little behind. So I'll keep the super thanks on the videos. It's awesome. And yeah, YouTube does take 30% of that. They do for super chat also. Yeah, but I probably won't go through. I'll go through and heart all the comments. So there, you got the occult aspect of what this agenda is really about. Right from an ex-occult, well, he probably still is an occultist, who we kidding? An occultist himself. And, yeah, that stuff he was showing you about the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and the Tree of Death, yeah, all that's real. The most important thing that he said, it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, they believe it. Just like they believe in Jesus and they believe in God. Real Luciferians do. Because they openly mock Jesus and told men. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.